Child Morse here. So, I'm going to be doing something a little differently today. I'm going to be doing, pause it. I am going to be doing a part 3 of Don't Watching Judge Jeanie Perro. I want everybody to experience how bad this woman flaps her mouth and being most seriously condemning to the people. Now, I am going to forward this. All you need to watch. Because this woman, you should not be watching. Because all she does is get up there, is condemn and condemn and condemn. This woman is a real pathetic judge.
Lines are warming up to manufacture more Trump hats, Trump t-shirts, sweatshirts, bumper stickers, even dog leashes with Conan at the helm. The Democrats have just hoisted themselves on their own petard, guaranteeing Donald Trump re-election in 2020. Nancy Pelosi, wrapping herself in God, country, and the American flag, has called for the impeachment of the 45th President of the United States, unleashing her loony leftist partisans in the most blatant political effort to impeach a duly elected president in history, who they have viciously attacked from day one. Mr. Pinocchio himself, Adam Schiff, and his band of puppeteers who know absolutely nothing about the Ukraine phone call testify first in the Star Chamber.
Pause that right there. Because I've just actually seen Adam Schiff explain the articles and that stuff. It violated the Constitution. He had tried getting Ukraine to interfere with a lot of stuff, including the 2020 election. So, for that woman to say that Adam Schiff knows nothing, what the heck are you saying? You know nothing.
Chamber, sub-basement of Congress. Now, those who pass rehearsal get to come up and peddle their talking points in Congress, where there was no defined scope of the inquiry, no ability to confront the accuser, no right to call witnesses, no rebuttal, no subpoena power, no right, in fact, to be present. Now, Democrats laugh and poo-poo the complaints about lack of process, but what makes America different from dictatorships is that everyone is cloaked in the presumption of innocence. But in the world of Schiff, a lying, scheming,
Okay, so obviously this woman has got a bunch of opinions that I like to disagree on here. Because her opinions and I know everything about what was just said about the president. Okay, he's abusing his power. He's not the normal. He's been diagnosed as 10 out of 10 narcissist. Say that opinion. I don't agree with her opinions on this.
Important, pathetic lunatic, there are no such constitutional benefits. Their job is simply to nullify the vote of 63 million Americans because they hate Donald Trump. They want power, and they will do anything to...
Wait a second. Nobody impeaches a president out of hatred. Nancy Pelosi has just said that herself. Nobody impeaches a president out of hatred. So, to be using that word to describe why the people are impeaching President Trump, you ma'am, have the wrong idea. This is why you are pathetic.
Get it. Now, when a puppet show moved to Nadler's Judiciary Committee, Schiff's so-called intelligence report peddled lie after lie. And then they say the facts are not contested. I still don't know what the president's charged with. Their accusations move at a whack.
Oh, you don't know what the president's charged with? You don't know what he's charged with? I'll tell you what. Abuse of power. To get in Ukraine to interfere with the 2020 election? To get other countries involved with the election? Or investigating the Bidens? You know nothing about this. Of course you don't. All the other American people know what he is going to be charged with. He is going to be charged with for being a traitor to the American people and the Constitution, and is violating the security of Americans.
Speed from Russia collusion to racism and now Ukraine. Are you stupid? Or do you think we are? From day...
No, you know what I gotta say? You're stupid because you think that... Because you just said that stuff. We're not stupid. You are. For getting up there and flapping your mouth like that? Yeah. How pathetic.
One, the president who shocked you by releasing the transcript proved there was no crime, quid pro quo, bribery, extortion, or abuse of power. The president said so. President Zelensky said so. The money was released. The Ukrainians got hundreds of millions of dollars for lethal aid and javelins to actually protect themselves. Consider the transcript an actual video that tells you whether the crime has occurred. Now, a clear reading of it is proof positive a crime did not occur. But no, we're supposed to listen to people who know nothing about the call, nothing about the facts, and who simply hate Donald Trump to boot.
Ms. Williams, you've never used the word bribe.
Nobody hates President Trump, making it clear. We hate what he's doing, not the person himself. I am just going to make that clear. We hate that he is abusing his power, not the person himself.
Bribery or bribe to explain President Trump's conduct, correct?
No, sir.
Colonel Vindman, you haven't either.
That is correct.
Mr. Morrison, you were on that call, and there was no mention of withholding aid on the call, correct?
That is correct, Congresswoman.
And there was no quid pro quo, correct?
Correct.
No bribery?
Correct.
No extortion?
Correct.
In this impeachment hearing today, where we impeach presidents for treason or bribery or other high crimes, where is the impeachable offense in that call? Are either of you here today to assert there was an impeachable offense in that call? Shout it out. Anyone?
This is exactly why there are hearings being held. This is exactly why. So we can figure this stuff out and get him out of office. Because it's abuse of power and being a traitor to America. This guy needs to get out of the White House. You need to get all of his information that he's hid from Congress and get him out of office.
And on top of that, they try to endear themselves to us by recalling their parents' and grandparents' struggles.
My father fled the Soviets before ultimately finding refuge in the United States. My mother's family escaped the USSR after the Bolshevik Revolution, and she grew up stateless in Nazi Germany.
I was born in the northeast of England, in the same region that George Washington's ancestors came from.
My parents fled Europe during the Holocaust.
Escaping the atrocities of that time, my parents left Germany for Uruguay.
Next month will mark 4 years since my family arrived in the United States as refugees.
Frankly, I don't give a damn about your personal history. We all have a story. Buck up, put on your big boy pants, and do the damn job we pay you to do. Save the rest for your cocktail parties. Now, Schiff obviously doesn't know the law because this kind of self-important martyrdom would never be allowed in a courtroom, especially where the issue is the most serious effort any Congress can engage in, and that is whether the president should be impeached. And in the Nadler circus, puppet 0% Swalwell uses sound from Taylor to trash the president.
Ukraine needs our support to defend itself against Russia. I heard directly from witnesses how important the visit and the aid were, particularly from Ambassador Taylor.
These weapons and this assistance allows the Ukrainian military to deter further incursions by the Russians against Ukrainian territory. If that further incursion, further aggression were to take place, more Ukrainians would die.
More Ukrainians would die? Where the hell were you when Barack Obama stood silent and allowed Russia to annex Crimea and stood by while Russia invaded Ukraine and the missile defense system protecting Ukraine was taken down? Where the hell were you, Taylor, and your big mouth when the Ukrainians were actually dying?
Where the heck is your brain, Perro? Yeah, jeez, shut up. Sheesh, I'm done with recording this. Shit, that big mouth, and then you go up there and you just flap it up? You will talk like a pathetic woman in front of camera? Who the heck are you? Who the heck are you? Sheesh. Get a life.
I didn't hear you jumping up and down to give them aid. The only one who ever gave them lethal weapons was Donald Trump.
I didn't hear you flapping your mouth on camera in the past about all this stuff. All right. I needed to expose you all to how pathetic this Perro
show continued.
is.
The Judiciary Committee with 4 law professors, none of whom liked Trump or voted for him, as they pontificated about their knowledge of the Constitution and what our founding fathers would want. This seance was abruptly aborted.
To all of the witnesses, if you have personal knowledge of a single material fact in the Schiff report, please raise your hand. And let the record reflect no personal knowledge of a single fact. And you know what? That continues on the tradition that we saw from Madam Schiff.
And their hate was on full display when Nancy Pelosi was asked this.
Do you hate the president, Madam Speaker? Because Representative
I don't hate anybody. And as a Catholic, I resent your...
This is exactly what I've just said earlier. Nancy Pelosi does not impeach a president because of hatred. And that is because she's a good congressman. With all due respect, you impeach the president because he is violating the Constitution and practicing his abuse of power that we've all seen now.
The word hate in a sentence that addresses me. I don't hate anyone. I was raised in a way that is a heart full of love, and always prayed for the president. And I still pray for the president.
Oh, wait just a second, Perot. everybody's impeaching Donald Trump because they hate the president? What kind of a mouth you have?
I pray for the president all the time. So don't mess with me when it comes to words like that.
Don't mess with me, and you're not a hater? You lead the crowd that believes a mother after giving birth can decide whether the baby should live or die. The crowd.
Do you read people's feelings when you get up there and talk out in camera? Do you even consider people's feelings in front of camera? Obviously not. You go up there, you swear, and you cuss in front of the people and get them raged. No, you obviously don't have feeling for people.
That wants to take prayer out of our schools, in God we trust out of our courtrooms, and majors and creches out of towns and villages that they've had them for decades. Spare us your double-talking, lying nonsense. Nancy, you hate the president, so...
You are a liar and you are pathetic, Perro. Nobody. She does not hate anyone. It has literally been said that she was raised Catholic and respects people and that stuff. You, on the other hand, Perro, you do not respect anybody.
So much you were willing to sacrifice 31 in Congress in those Trump-friendly districts. But such a sacrifice is minimal at the altar of power and influence that you seek. America, Nancy, is furious with you and your antics. This isn't about the...
Excuse me, but that's a dead-on lie. Everyone is furious with Donald Trump, not Nancy Pelosi. Get your head thinking right here, Perro. Everybody is furious with Donald Trump. So I want to hear that everybody's furious with Nancy Pelosi. Think twice before you actually say that. Before the next thing that comes out of your mouth.
Constitution, democracy, or our founding fathers. This is about a mob desperately seeking to overthrow the legitimate occupant of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. But you're not entitled to that power. We purposely didn't give you that power.
She's a congressman, and she can do whatever is necessary to protect the Constitution of the United States. I don't want to hear this crap out of you. You think you're so clouded up? People watching, you get millions of views? Oh, look at the views right here. You have 667K views. No wonder people think you're so clouded up. No wonder people think you're so famous. They think you have all the power. But I have a word for you. Nobody has unlimited power. Nobody does. You are pathetic. Anyway, this is Charles Morris here. Have a good day. And please comment down below what you think of this pathetic woman who gets on this camera and starts just, flapping her mouth. What an idiot. If she thinks that the American people are really stupid, she needs to look in the mirror and see how stupid she is herself. To get up there and talk on camera, be like that. You, my You, ma'am, are pathetic. This is Charles Morris. Have a good day. I'll see you all later.